What's good, Plum Borough? I'm Drew Bartow, alongside my co-host, Mike Devine.
What's going on?
And Justin Newman.
Yo.
And show producer, the one and only Big Cat.
The mics are hot, the takes are questionable, and one of us did zero research but still has strong opinions.
We aim to entertain and educate more than 3 Plum residents, so gather around and enjoy the sounds of Sour Plums. Welcome to the Sour Plums podcast, friends. I'd like to start by introducing our returning guest host. He hosted earlier, I think it was late in season 1, Steve Lintelman. How you doing, Steve? You got out of Greg's grass. You can see.
It's getting weird over there now, especially like the grass is starting to grow. I actually just saw on my time hop today that I had to cut my grass last year on this day, and my blood started to boil. But then I remembered my grass still isn't as long as Greg's, so I'm good for a while.
You're always, as long as you have Greg as a neighbor, you're always good, right?
Yeah.
When is the day, guys? What's the day you shoot for to mow your grass for the first time where it doesn't piss you off like that you're doing it too early?
As soon as my guy shows up.
Lazy
Perfect.
son of a bitch.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I, like last year when I had to cut it before April, anger, just fury.
It's like shaving. Like once you do it, you gotta fucking do it all the time.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Continue till
Hold off
November
as
now.
long as you can.
Well, welcome back, Steve. We're happy to have you. You were great last time, and I hope you'll be half as good this time.
Maybe half. We'll see.
Now, we have a March Madness pool out there, a Sour Plums March Madness pool. We're going to throw some bones to our friends and sponsor at Nesbitt's Lanes. I want to give a quick update on that. Dustin Durham is in first place, tied with Dave Colamarino, my friend from Kiski. Dave Colamarino's wife, Shannon, is also 1 point behind Dave for third place. And really rounding out the top 4 that are really at the top of the list and separated from everybody else is Dr. Adam Zarmak. So that's the top 4 right now. Dustin Durham, the Colomarinos, and Adam Zarmak. So there's still obviously 2 weekends of basketball to go. There's still some people that can catch up, but it's been a good week. I'd say this about March Madness, guys. A couple of games here and there were good, but overall, the overall excitement level this year, way down. A few upsets, not a lot of close games. What do you guys say?
That Florida game yesterday was probably the best one of the weekend.
Yeah, that was good.
So that Maryland game, travel or no travel?
Oh, I'll say no travel. Only
Gather
because the
step.
ball was still, and the ball was like not really possessed. It was kind of like rolling up his arm yet. I don't know. If my son does it, no travel. If the opposing team does it, travel.
That's
So
a freshman, though. That's a big shot for a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
He said, "Give me the motherfucking ball." So
Yeah, he did.
he took it and he ran. I mean, I would venture on the side of it was a gather step. It was definitely close, but I think it was a gather step. Again, we're old though, so that looks like a travel to us.
It depends. Honestly, in high school ball or at least even AAU, it depends on which refs you get, whether certain things are travels or not. Like old school refs, they're not
That's
about the
travel all
jump
day.
step. They're not about the Euro step. They're not about any of that stuff. That's like old fashioned.
It's a travel all day.
Yeah. All right, gents. What are we drinking tonight?
I took a page out of Big Cats, and I have some 4C raspberry iced tea.
Switched
I'm
it up.
disappointed because I'm disappointed because I don't have 4C and because you're drinking raspberry because I don't like raspberry and I wish I had options, but it's lemon or nothing. But tonight, I've referenced this in previous weeks as an iced tea substitute. It's calorie-free, pure aqua iced tea with lemon from Aldi. And it's like dirty water. I don't know. It tastes okay, but it's like
Well, I'm sold.
barely flavor of lemon.
Dirty
It's
water
just like-
is not a good description to
No,
but it
that
doesn't.
one to drink.
It doesn't taste bad.
I
I
got any
mean,
of that dirty water anywhere?
it's 0 calories. So no. Well, it is 0 calories, but it's calorie free, which I thought was a funny way to say it. So
Interesting.
shout out to Pure Aqua.
Any other
Are they a
iced tea
sponsor?
drinkers tonight? No.
No.
God, I hope not.
I got a Kugel Summer Shandy. It's
Okay.
time.
It's
It's out
time.
of the
Taking 'em out.
shelves.
I like
It's
it.
time to go. I love it.
I like it. I met my favorite Hard Mountain Dew and my favorite one, Baja Blast Pineapple.
Beautiful. And I'm drinking an IPA. This one's Space Cactus
No way.
from Grist House. Yeah, if you can imagine that, New England IPA. I may have had this on this show before, but I bought a 4-pack from Salute. They are a sponsor, and so I'll give them a shout out. So yeah, it's a good IPA. So we have 2 iced tea drinkers tonight: a Hard Mountain Dew and a Summer Shandy. A Summer Shandy is a good beer though. It's a good beer. It's a good grilling beer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good grill. It's a good grilling beer. It's a good porch beer. It's a good beach beer. As long as it's
Absolutely.
warm outside, though.
Yes, correct. All right, guys, I want to say thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Continental Comb, Tresco Concrete, the Jen Mascaro Real Estate Team, the Lula's Pizzeria, Salute Beer Distributor, Busy Little Me, Pittsburgh Sports Complex and Self-Storage, and Nesbitt's Lanes. Continental Comb Barbershop, a traditional barbershop servicing the area since 1973. Up to date on all the new styles and cuts. Call 412-795-7555 and mention Sour Plums for $5 off any service.
Tresco Concrete, the best concrete products on the market. Ready-mix concrete delivered to your door, guaranteed to get hard or your money back. And as always, their concrete is all natural, no supplements, and always 100% Viagra-free.
The Jen Mascaro team proudly supports the Sour Plums podcast. When it comes to selling your home promptly and at peak value, look no further than the expertise of the Jen Mascaro team. With over a decade of industry experience, we guarantee to guide you seamlessly through the process. For personalized assistance, contact us at 412-607-6318 or email jen.mascaro@cbrealty.com.
Lilulo's Pizzeria, serving up quality food, good grace, and burnt pizza since 2016. Local and woman-owned, located at 415 Unity Center Road in Plum. Call 412-795-1229 and mention Sour Plums for 10% off your order of $10 or more. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right into Plum Problems. I have a quick plum problem.
Yeah,
And then
speech problem too.
Yeah, do. And
Steve's
then
here. Steve is here.
my quick one is one of our hosts. It's Drew tonight because the invite for the pig roast went out, and Drew's a maybe. I have flashbacks of New Year's Eve all over again.
Well, maybe we've got AAU tournaments.
So do I.
Well, I'm
I'll
just
be
saying,
there.
I don't know the schedule yet. I don't know how deep we're going to go. We have a pretty good team. It could be going deep into the night. I don't know.
The party goes deep into the night.
I do know that about your parties.
Yeah.
Well,
So, people are expecting the whole cast of Sour Plums podcast to be there.
All right, I'll tell you this. I will make an appearance. I will make an appearance.
Okay. So now
I just drive by and wave, but I'm making an appearance.
Will there be
probably how
chicken
I
at this
prefer it.
pig roast?
Probably not. Actually, my aunt will be there. There probably will be.
If anyone likes Big Cat, there'll be some chicken there.
I'll make some chicken.
Just for Big Cat.
If not,
All right.
I don't know. I'll eat pork, I guess.
The other white meat.
The other white meat.
All
Now
right,
we're talking
So
about
here's my
language.
real plum problem. So I'm raising a fine young man, and no matter what he does in life, I will have his back. But right now, he is waging a war on the females of this house, and I cannot back him up. He does not lift the toilet seat when he pees, and nor does he flush the toilet when he goes to the bathroom, one or two. And I hear his sisters yell at him, and right now they can kick the shit out of him, and they do. And he comes to cry to me, and I just look at him and say, dude, I'm sorry.
You did this to yourself.
He did. And it's his mom's in on it too. I mean, I can't blame him. I don't want to sit and piss either. And I keep telling him, you have to lift the toilet seat. You can't pee all over it.
Even if you don't lift the seat, you gotta wipe it off.
Yeah.
Like, you can clearly see.
And he doesn't aim very well.
What's the over-under for beatings he takes before he starts lifting the seat?
He's already probably around 50 or so in the last 2 years.
Man, he just won't. Absolutely refuses to do it.
I think he has short-term memory. I don't think he remembers to do it.
He just forgets.
I've walked by and he looks at me and he gives me this, oh shit. And then he lifts it mid pee. I'm like, dude, you can't do it mid pee. You're getting more on it. So you guys all have boys, but Drew, your dynamic is the opposite of mine. You have one boy at the top and then two younger girls. So I feel like there's no ass kicking going on there.
No, and I'll say this: he's good at taking care of that. He from a young age, he's good at making sure that stuff's taken care of. I'll give him credit. He's no Chase.
My boys are not good between sleepwalking and just awake walking. It's like a Jackson Pollock in there. The wall is splattered. The baseboard heater got rusty. I have to
Damn.
It's not me. It was nasty boys.
Boys are gross. The boys are easier, but they are gross.
I'm just gonna say this. You've all met Shanna. Do you think my boys pee on the fucking seat? They
She
do
will
not.
put up with it.
She is not having that shit. She will wake them up in the middle of the night, go clean the fucking toilet seat off. And I just I roll back over and I go,
I love
your
that.
ass, Mr. Postman.
Say it again, Justin.
Mike, you gotta take care of that, Mike.
I try. I have gotten him out of bed and like made him clean it, and he doesn't.
I'll
does not
part
care.
with him if you need me to.
And he looks at me like after he gets his ass kicked, he looks at me like, "Are you going to do something?" And I say, "No." Now I do warn his sisters. At some point, he will be bigger than you, and he will retaliate, and it will hurt.
That's what he's waiting for.
Yeah, he's
not going to
he is
change, and then
patient.
he's just going to beat them up one day.
He's gonna tally marks that he's gonna start having to go back on the list.
But
Like a prisoner in his cell.
Like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison.
Man, glad I called that guy.
Man, I called that guy.
But here's the thing: one of those sisters is Penny. That could be a long time coming still.
Yeah.
Penny is going to beat the shit out of Chase his entire life. It's never going to change.
His days are numbered, but
Poor Lily.
Penny's got a while.
Wow.
Gosh.
Who else has a plum problem?
I'll go. I don't have anything tonight, so you find a locked box with a 4-digit code. A note next to it says, the sum of all 4 digits is 21. The first digit is twice the second digit. The third digit is one more than the second digit. The last digit is the sum of the first and third digits. That's my plum problem for this week. Solve it.
It's like your plum algebra.
Solve it. I'll give you my gift card to Salute.
I couldn't solve that if I had it in my written down in front of me. Let alone
I would have to look at that. I couldn't do
you
that
lost
just by
me.
words.
You
Just by
lost me
words on
after
that.
21.
That's our plum problem.
The listeners will have to rewind a couple times. Maybe our favorite listener will get it.
We have so many
Daniela.
favorite listeners. Yeah,
I say
she'll probably get it.
first person that gets it correct wins.
Wait,
There you
Steve,
go.
Absolutely.
didn't you graduate with Daniela?
Who?
Daniela, my cousin, Pampina.
What year did she graduate? Doesn't sound familiar.
3.
Nope. She was a year ahead of me. Kevin did.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hate it here.
Well, the listeners are going to solve that riddle, and I'll go back after the episode and solve it.
What
It
was
was
the
for
last?
ChatGPT, so I even have the answer, so it's all legit.
What was the last number? What was the clue for the last
You'll have
number?
to go back and listen to it.
Damn.
I've lost
Can't wait for it
interest.
to come out. Rewind it.
Oh, man.
So I'm pretty sure we've all brought this plum problem up, but this is my last week for YMCA basketball, and it's these goddamn parents. I still don't understand why I'm doing this to myself. These parents will drive me to drink. And I'm talking about bitching about following the rules. So for the playoffs, I reiterate the rules to all the coaches. And I say, we are going to be more strict about calling fouls, about calling travels, about calling the rules in general, which the rules are the people bitching, oh, why haven't you been doing that all year? Well, because your kid can't fucking dribble the ball. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and letting him enjoy himself playing basketball. But you're not going to learn anything that way. So the playoffs is when we crack down and we call everything. We have a rule. You have to, if you are on the bench, you have to go into the game the next 4 minutes. We stop the game every 4 minutes to let a sub go in. Well, people try to skirt the rules. So I changed the
course they
score
do.
sheets, and I am now in charge of whoever's on the bench. I write their number down. Whoever's on the floor, I write their number down. We had an incident with the championship game. They tried their best to keep their best player on the floor, and I was like, he's got to sit down. Why does he have to sit down? Well, he hasn't sat all period or all half. You have to sit at least once a half. Well, they lost the game by 1 point, and it was my fault because I made their best player come out.
Oh.
No,
Kind of sounds like their fault.
that is your fault. So I had this dad come up and scream at me. He said, this wasn't like this the last game. Yeah, it was. Do you want to see the sheet that I have from the last game? Because I keep all the score sheets from every game for just this reason. You don't have shit. Have a good night.
That is
Stop
like
looking for it.
Can I tell them about our text message the week of the championship game?
You sure can.
Lily's championship game was what, Tuesday night?
Yes, last Tuesday.
So Monday night there was some antics that happened, and Justin texted me. He's like, "Make Lily skip her Bruins practice. She has to come to the championship game." I was like, "Did she's going to Bruins? I'm sorry. Like that's a $2,000 league, and I'm sorry. Like the YMCA is like $150. Sorry, she's not coming." And then the next day, Lily's Bruins practice gets canceled, and I text him, "We'll be there. Bruins practice got canceled." And he said, he goes, "Put it out in the universe." It happened. And the same dad that got removed from the game the night before was there talking shit on Lily the whole freaking night. And needless to say, Lily's team won. Karma's a bitch. And it's
that's insane behavior. That's insane
this
behavior.
dad, I'm not kidding. Like, when it's a fun league. At the end of the day, it's a fun league. I cheer for even the kids we're playing against. If they make a foul shot, I'm clapping my hands. He is making noise trying to distract 10 and 11-year-old girls from making a foul shot. It's unreal.
What a loser.
Oh, that's brutal.
Unreal. This is the same guy that told his 7th grade daughter to hurt Penny, who's in 4th grade, earlier in the season.
Brutal behavior. Brutal behavior. I mean, number one rule of YMCA basketball, I mean, for my 1 year of coaching it when Xavier was in 2nd grade, the number one rule is the substitute rule. That's like the number, like that's above everything else. That is the number one rule. I was like Rain Man trying to figure out my lineup schedule, like writing it on Windows like while I'm at work, because I'm trying to figure out how do I make sure my best players are in at the end of the game, and how do I match them up against their best, even in 2nd grade. But knowing you have to play, like if they play here, they have to sit here, or they play. You have to sit them at least once every half. I think was the right, Justin?
Correct.
Yep. That's like
still
the number
rule.
one rule. Like that's the only rule that really mattered to YMCA basketball. That's the rule. It's easy.
So you do your math and you make sure that they're in the last part of the game.
So
right?
do you want to know the secret? The secret
You
is
said him first.
do your lineup backwards. Start with the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. You put your 5 best players there and you
Mhm.
work backwards.
Yeah.
That is the secret.
Yep.
That's how you get your best players on the
But
floor.
that's crazy behavior. I mean, it's the behavior's like that at a lot of levels, but third grade YMCA basketball, it's, come on.
Yeah.
On how you
Unreal.
guys deal with that shit all the time.
You learn.
You learn. Yeah.
Then that same dad yells at Justin that Lily tripped and kicked the ball, and Jess screams back at him, "Trust me, she doesn't trip."
It's for the kids. I tell myself it's for the kids. I deal with the bullshit to try to make it a better place for these kids to learn the game of basketball, to have fun with their friends, and to learn how to be a teammate.
It's gonna have to parents are gonna have to be out of the gym when it's off. For the kids to actually get the most out of it, it's like the parents have to be out of the gym.
Yeah. So that's my Plum Problem. One
Knock
more game.
Knock
One
on
more
away.
game.
What do you got, Steve?
All right. It's something, I don't know if this bothers everybody, but I feel like everywhere I go, if you say we go to a nicer dinner, you can sit there and have a conversation with whoever you're with at a normal level. There is always one person who is the loudest person in the place, and they are always right next to me. They can't just have a normal conversation. They have to be talking like this the whole time and make sure everybody else in the restaurant or the bar can hear them. It just drives me absolutely insane. It's everywhere we go.
I've got to tell you, because I wasn't gonna have a Plum problem. I've had a whirlwind of the last 10 days. Been crazy. I was gonna give Plum a break tonight from my Plum problems. Oh, but no, I'm just gonna piggyback off of Steve, and it's not necessarily related to Plum per se. But I told you guys I'm in jury duty this week, and I'm on trial. But you sit in the room, and I can't talk about the case, obviously, but I can talk about the people, because one of our alternate jurors, when you sit in the room for an hour and a half before you even go to the courtroom, just she can't have 5 seconds of silence. She has to be talking about every department store that closed, every old restaurant that closed. Do you guys miss Hills? Do you miss Hills? I miss Hills. Kay Morse thought it's good. I'm like, I've never been to a Chili's before. Do you guys go to Chili's? Literally, we're just at the end of the day today, we were just all ready to go home, be dismissed. And she's just like, oh, Steelers going to sign Aaron Rodgers or not? What's the Cleveland quarterback situation? Lady, can we just sit here? Can I just scroll Twitter or X, whatever?
Yeah,
Can I just scroll?
wants to talk to you. Just shut up.
How old is this lady?
She's got to be in her 60s. Yeah, she's got to be in her 60s. So I'm not going to tell her to.
You leave Aunt Dolly alone.
I know, but it's. I get what Steve's saying though. There's just we talked about this. I think the last episode. There's just a social unawareness or just lack of concern for people around you, right? Or just
if everyone else is having a nice time, they're having a nice conversation like this. You're just yakking it up. It's fine. Everyone's having a good conversation. But then you got this loud ass dude or a loud woman. Doesn't matter. There's always somebody who has to make sure everybody else can hear them.
And they're right next to you, right?
Yeah, every time.
I had to get blood work. I have to get it done once a month, and I went down to the doctor's office today to get it done. And I knew I was racing against the clock, and I tried to get there right before she went to lunch. And as I walked in, she put her out to lunch sign up on the door, and I was like, shit. So I was like, all right, well, it's right next to Golden Goblet. So I was like, I'll run there, grab some lunch, go back, get my blood work done. So I went there. I haven't been to Golden Goblet for lunch.
Still good.
And it's delicious. I think the last time I went there, Sean was around, so it's got to be at least 4 or 5 years ago. Walk in, sit at the bar, normal conversations going on. 3 minutes in, this guy walks in, loud as can be, had a conversation with everybody at the bar except for me because I didn't know him. Talking to the waitresses, it was so obnoxious. I was like, oh my God, my food cannot come fast enough.
Hey, you just want to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, it was awful. And it was gibberish. It was nothing. There was no context, and he just jumped from topic to topic to topic. It was no continuity. It was awful.
Is that nervousness though, or a form of anxiety? You can't if you can't have it be quiet, or you have to be loud and talk. I don't know. There's something I can't tell if it's complete disregard for everybody around you and just complete selfishness, or if it's some form of social anxiety where you have to feel like you're loud or talking all the time just so you're not sitting there in quiet thoughts. I don't know.
This dude had the confidence of a 400-pound guy in a Speedo. He was ready to go.
Oh wow. Well, like I said, guys, I don't have. I just want to piggyback off of Steve there. I don't have a Plum problem that I'm gonna save up and bring maybe 2 next time, because Plum can't get away from that easily. All right, Newman, what's the latest Minority Report?
All right. So I was actually talking to someone the other day about the Minority Report. They just stared at me and was like, why is it called the Minority Report?
Explain it.
Well,
okay.
It's something that the minority of people know, but the majority should know. Hence, the Minority Report. So this
Wait,
week's minority.
before you go into this week's minority report, can I give you one feedback on the minority report?
Sure.
So I've been in a hotel 3 out of the last 4 weekends, and we were listening to the podcast on the way to one of our trips, and we got to a hotel room.
Did you do the bed bug trick?
And I put my suitcase down, and I started to unpack, and Penny goes, "Stop! Get the iron.
Yeah.
Let's go."
Love it. I guess you didn't find any bed bugs though, so that's a good thing.
No, we were
Nice. Nice. All right. So this week's minority report. So when you are sending something fragile by mail, or if you're moving, hint, if you take a Ziploc baggie, put a straw in it, zip it till the straw, blow into it, and then pull the straw out and zip it closed, you now have your own air packages. So you don't have to worry about buying bubble wrap. You don't have to buy packing peanuts. Literally just take a couple paper or plastic bags, different sizes, obviously, whatever size your packaging is and whatever size you are.
It's big.
No diddy.
Yeah, it's big package. Yeah.
No diddy. So whatever you're sending, if you use gallon, 2 gallon, whatever you want to use, but a Ziploc bag, put a straw in it, blow air in it, you have your own personal packing supplies. That's this week's minority report.
There you go. Oh, thank you for explaining it, Justin. I think that helps. Right?
No problem.
Every week we'll just give it a real quick, real quick preface.
Yeah.
I'll use that. I think I'll use that. I'll
I
get
like
back
that
to
one.
you. I will say this about the bed bugs one is caught on. Like every people I've talked to too. Like that one's caught on. Like when I was
that was an
traveling for
important one.
work, people are like, "Did you do that?" I'm like, fuck, I forgot.
We're going to Fort Wayne this weekend. I'll try it again.
Basketball.
All
right, have fun. All right, Mike, do you have a would you rather for us tonight?
I do. Sorry, Steve. I know you don't like when we do that. Steve wants us to spice it up a little bit. He doesn't like that we do the same intro every week.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't like
It's
it.
just like a hard segue of like, oh, do you have this? Was it time for this? It's just the flow kind of breaks up.
Oh, Steve, why don't you take it off? Why don't you on the spot? Why don't you introduce would you rather? Go ahead.
I can't do it right now.
We need like a jingle. Would you rather?
Steve, you have any musical
There you go.
skills?
I don't.
How about beatbox?
Beatbox.
I can't do that either.
All right.
Time
Would
to
you
gather
rather?
round for would you rather?
Gather round. Every segment, gather round for the mighty gather round.
All right. Would you rather kill a cow or butcher it afterwards?
That's the first time I'm hearing this.
Well, take it away, Steve, since it's the first time you're hearing it.
I would I'd rather butcher it because I just could not kill an animal. I'm too much of a pussy. Straight up, I'll just say it. But I cut up steaks and stuff when I get them, and I cut up stuff like that, so I don't have a problem doing that kind of thing. But I couldn't actually kill the animal. I know some people are like, "Well, you got to kill what you eat." I don't know. Hey, me.
I hunt on Instagram.
Instagram. Instacart.
Hold on Instagram.
I think that's plenty of fish.
I'm not gonna live that one down. Got my Instas mixed up.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll go next.
I fucked that up.
I am kind of on Steve's camp on this one. I don't think I could bring myself to take the life of a living thing on even though I'm going to eat it. But then I'm also on the other side, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing butchering a fucking cow. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? Is somebody going to show me what to do, or am I just going to go all willy-nilly and take a butcher knife and think I know what the fuck I'm doing?
I'd love to have somebody just stand there and be like, nope.
Nope,
Not there.
not there, not there. Yes, there. See, that might be the worst part of that, though, because it's going to take you longer to butcher it because you are now in charge of it and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So that's going to take like 7-8 hours. When you just pulled a fucking trigger, you'd be done with it. But again, I don't know that I could take the life of another living thing.
Can I ask a quick question? When I say butcher, that means like gut it and everything, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just make sure.
Yes.
As long
Yeah.
as it's dead already.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you say, Big Cat?
Although it's been said many times, many ways, that I don't like loopholes. I'm using a loophole. You don't say how fast I have to kill it, so I will just take care of it until the end of its life. You don't say how fast I have to kill it, house it in my
Just let
backyard,
it live.
grazing on the rotten grass until it dies. And I will
28
have-
episodes and Big Cat finally uses
I will have
loophole.
killed it with love and kindness.
That's a hell of a loophole too. That's a
Thank
long
you.
game.
Thank you.
One
The
day you
one
just
time
look
I
out-
use it.
look outside one day, you're like,
Don't rush it, Steve. I just got the
time.
cow. Don't rush it. It's time. Little like paint on the forehead.
Yeah, I'm not hunter type. You know where I grew up though, like that was like a bigger deal. Getting your hunting license, it was a bigger deal than a driver's license. It was like your first rite of passage where I grew up. So when I was 12, like you get it, and that's like the thing to do. Man, did I fucking hate it. Cold. I mean, the last time I hunted, I called it quits at like 13 and a half, 14, somewhere in that range. I was walking across a log over a creek and I fell into the I mean, I'm talking December, fell into the creek, and that was it for me. But I did in my day, because it was a rite of passage, and my grandfather had a butcher shop, especially for deer season. I did gut and butcher probably a dozen deer in my day. I wouldn't know what to do now, but we, cut steaks out of it, ground, meat that was just used for ground beef, and we would make deer bologna. We would make that kind of stuff. So I did do that when I was in my early to mid teens, and before I said fuck that, but I did it. You have those rites of passage where you're like, uncle like takes the first deer you're gutting, and like gets a blood on his finger, like rubs it on your forehead like an asshole. Like that's the kind of stuff my family did to me. So that's why I've turned out so well, basically.
It's fine.
That was a blood
Fine, it's all
ritual.
fine.
No problems at all. But yeah, I could butcher a deer. I would prefer to butcher a deer or just do my shopping on Insta. You pick which one, whatever.
Did you successfully shoot when you had your license at 12 or 13? Did you get anything?
I shot a deer that we tracked, and I know I got it because we tracked the blood, but I couldn't find it, so it was not a good shot apparently. And that was it. So I never killed a deer maybe that deer died later in a place we couldn't find.
It was in Big Cat's backyard. He nursed it back to health, and then it lived its long life.
I was done hunting at 14. Yeah. So.
Mike?
So you guys have seen me cut up a pig at the pig roast every year, and I can do that. Gutting it, nope. Hard no. So I would kill the cow. I could not put like a pistol up to its head, and shoot it, but from a distance and hunting, I could do that all day long.
You can't do that with a cow, buddy. It has to be point blank.
No, I'm sure you get the right gun from 100 yards away. It'll drop it pretty easy.
But then you can't do it that way with a cow. You have to do it through the head.
I don't think you do.
You do.
You'll ruin the meat.
Exactly. You have to do it through the head.
It doesn't say you have to butcher the cow you shot. So
it's not torture.
That is
just
true.
the way that it's
said
done.
I'm gonna murder cows. I'm not eating it.
Yeah. So.
Did you ever see the movie No Country for Old Men?
I have
Oh,
not.
yeah, he's got the thing.
Yes.
That's what you use to kill a cow.
Yeah.
That.
I'd still pick the killing the cow. I could not cut it open.
Wow.
No.
That's fair. Drewski,
Yes.
here you have another Drew's Clues for us tonight.
I do have a Drew's Clues for us, and I think it's a hard one, actually.
Is it harder than fucking Drew fucking Bartow?
That was an easy one. I knew all about me.
I love
bullshit one.
I loved hearing that. Jimmy just goes, "Oh, it's true."
Such disappointment. All right, guys.
It was like the calls coming from inside the house.
Like I wanted a piece of me on that episode.
So yeah, we got a piece of you, all right.
Jimmy was so mad because he was like, I think that's true. He goes, oh, never mind. It's not true. And he was like, it is true.
He could have had a lot of points. Yeah.
He could have, because he knew. I think he did it at 4. I think it was at 4 he was going to call it.
All right, just to recap, I'll give you a category, and I'm going to give you up to 5 statements or Drew's Clues about someone, something, or someplace within a category. Rule number 1, it's a free-for-all for guesses, no order. If you know it, shout it out, or if you think you know it, shout it out. But rule number 2 is if you shout it out incorrect answer, you're done for the rest of the episode. You can't guess anymore, and you're eliminated and cannot continue to play the game. So that's the rule. We haven't had too many adventurous guesses on this. I'll say that yet. I'm kind of disappointed. So I think tonight's a good opportunity to do that, though, because you could get some major points if you guess the right player.
Is that because you think I'm going to say something stupid?
You can say anything stupid. I'll narrow it down. So, again, correct after 1 clue, 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, or 0 if you don't get it. But you'll get it definitely in the last one. All right. Tonight's category, obscure Pirates player from the 2000s.
Oh, boy.
So what I mean by obscure is you're not going to hear Brian Giles in here, but you're going to hear a player that played for them for at least 1 full season. Okay? All right? In the 2000s. I'm not going to narrow it down any more than that. 2000s. All right.
Wait, is 2000s meaning 2000, 2010, or like up till now?
I'm going to leave it up till now. Any year in the 2000s up till now. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that it's not. I'll narrow it down. It's not within the last 5 years at least. Could be the aughts or it could be in the teens, but yeah. All right. Number 1. Drafted by the San Diego Padres in 2000, he became the 18th player since 1965 to sign a major league contract and go directly to the major leagues without making his debut in the minor leagues. I will say this. You can guess now. I will say this. He only played 1 game and then was sent to the minors. It was more for show than anything else. And he guesses for 5 points. 2000, drafted by the San Diego Padres. All right. We're at 3, 2, 1. All right. Number 2. This player was eventually traded to the Pirates by the Mets in exchange for Oliver Perez and Roberto Hernandez. You guys remember Oliver Perez. I'm going to give you 3, 2, 1. Okay. Number 3. In 2007, his first and only full season with the Pirates, this outfielder / first baseman batted .278 with 20 home runs and 72 RBI. his first and only full season. I'll say this, he had a partial season before that and a partial season after that before he traded again. 2007.
Can I phone a friend?
You cannot. All right, we're going 3, 2, 1. The Pirates traded this player and Damaso Marte to the Yankees in 2008 for Jose Tabata, Ross Ollendorf, Daniel McCutcheon, and Jeff Karstens.
Xavier Nady.
Boom. Great job, Mike. 2 points for Mike. Good job. The last clue was
Shares a
going
name
to
with your
be
son?
the last clue. I named my son after this player. I was
thinking that. I was like, I don't know if that's right or not.
I
already
saw the
forgot
name.
what Mike said.
Xavier
Xavier
Nady.
Nady.
All right, thank you.
So
forgot
I
that
have
guy
some
even
cards
existed.
from him from that year too, because when he was with the Pirates for a short stint, I really liked his potential. And there was a game where he was towards the end of the game, like 7th or 8th inning. He had already hit 1 home run. I said, if he hits another home run, I'll name my first kid after him. I like the name, right? And then a year and a half later, I named my first kid after him. So that was it.
He only played this for one full season, really.
I was surprised at one
I feel
full
like
season.
I feel like it was
Half.
a lot longer.
He was traded, played for half, 1 full season, traded the next season for a half. Yeah, good job though, Mike. I mean, that was not an easy one at all by any stretch. So good job.
I liked him.
Were you confident in that?
As soon as you said he was traded to the Yankees, yes.
Okay. Well, great job. All right, and I think it's time for me to thank our sponsors again. So I'm going to do that right now. Thank you to Continental Comb, Tresco Concrete, the Jen Mascara Real Estate Team, Lilulo's Pizzeria, Salute Beer Distributor, Busy Little Me, Pittsburgh Sports Complex and Self-Storage, and Nesbitt's Lanes. At Salute Beer Distributor, we are bringing you a large selection of beers from local and national breweries. Our extensive inventory includes craft beers, seasonal specialties, your everyday favorites, adult slushies, and an impressive inventory of non-alcoholic beers. Salute's inventory has something special for every palate. Come browse the aisles at Salute Beer Distributor, located on Route 286 in Plum, next to Shop and Save. You'll be glad you did.
Busy Little Me's is a residential cleaning company serving Plum and local communities. Housekeeping duties include house cleaning, disposing of rubbish, sanitizing services, dusting, vacuuming, mopping, scrubbing, etc., etc. We do custom-to-you cleans once a month, once a week, or every 9 minutes. We got you, sis. We've also been known to do decluttering and pre-clean cleans. That's a real thing. We can also polish a dirty face, scrub a doggo's filthy paws, or even spit shine your shoe. Laundry? Need linens washed? Done. How about your husband's gutchies? No prob. That ugly camisole your mother-in-law gave you? What was that? Just throw it away? Your secrets are safe with us. BusyLittleMe's.squarespace.com.
Whether chaos in your house or chaos on the court, Pittsburgh Sports Complex and Self-Storage has your back. Conveniently located in Plum at 307 Coxcomb Hill Road. Book online anytime. Don't miss out. Score 50% off your first storage rental with code GOAL.
Nesbitt's Lanes Incorporated. Lanes available for the 24-25 season. Family Bowling Center specializing in open bowling, league bowling, bumper bowling, birthday parties, group events, fundraisers, all-night bowling parties, summer leagues, Sunday morning specials, in-house tournaments, junior bowling program, after-school bowling program. They can be reached at 412-793-5556. Web address is www.nesbittlanes.com. And when you book and mention the podcast for your child's birthday by the end of the year, the birthday child is free. Nesbitt Lanes Incorporated.
All right, Mike, it's time for blind rankings. Now,
Please don't fuck this up.
Steve, you already know. Steve, I don't have to explain to you. I'll explain to our audience because you know how it goes because Mike fucks it up every week. So you know how it goes. Mike has a category.
I'm already worried.
Mike has a category, and within that category, he gives us 5 items to rank 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. He gives them to us one at a time, so we don't know what's next. So hence the term blind rankings. Mike, take it away. Don't fuck it up.
Tonight's is going to go with where we are in the calendar year, March Madness. So these are going to be some famous or infamous March Madness moments.
I know what one's going to be.
You're going to rank them based on how noteworthy they were. We'll say it that way. All right, so it's not the best moment, but like how memorable they were.
Memorable, good or bad, right?
I know what number one is already. I'm ready.
All right, first one. This is the cheesiest one on here. I'll say this. All right, it's just a fun one. Sister Jean cheering on Loyola.
Oh, we didn't give an order. What's the order?
I'll go Drew, Steve, Justin, Big Cat.
It didn't do it for me. I didn't care about Sister Jean. It got annoying to me. I know it makes me sound like an asshole, but I'm used to that.
It's not the only thing.
I know that won't be the first or last time I saw an asshole. So Sister Jean's going at 5 for me. It just wasn't. I didn't care.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to know probably most of these, but I do remember that lady. But again, it didn't really do much. Didn't move my needle too much, so I'm going to throw her at 5 also.
That old bag's going at 5. Who gives a shit?
Newman said what I was trying to say in a polite way.
Fuck that lady.
Hard Mountain Dew for the win.
I have heard. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So 5. Sister something or other. I don't even know what you guys are saying right now. I'll look it up on YouTube later, I guess.
It's going to mean absolutely nothing. Like, it's like, why is this a big deal? It's what you're going to find out.
All right, next one is Michael Jordan's jump shot.
I love Michael Jordan. So anything in there already goes up there. But all-time March Madness moment, because I really wasn't around for it. I didn't feel it, the same way that I felt what I think a lot of these will be. I'll put it at 3 because it's Michael Jordan, but it doesn't really register with me because I didn't experience it in real time.
Yeah, I honestly don't know that I've ever actually seen it, so I'll just put it at 4.
So I agree with Andy that it's an iconic shot, but I mean, he was a freshman. It was a big deal. I'm putting it at 3.
I'm going to put it at 2 because I recognize the name Jordan and I know what a jump shot is.
Next one, Chris Webber's
Timeout.
timeout.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was going to be.
That's a memorable fuck up there. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat. I was still pretty young, but it's so iconic that I do at least remember it. That's got to be 2 for me. I hope there's something better, but that's hard to beat.
I'm just going to keep going up the list. I don't know that one either. I'm just going to throw it at 3.
So I really want to put this at 1, but it's Mike. He's probably not going to put the 1 on there that should be there. I'm going to play it safe and put it at 2, but this is one of the most memorable moments in NCAA history. It was for the championship game. He called timeout. They didn't have any timeouts. They shot foul shots. They lost because he called timeouts. The Fab Five was one of the greatest college basketball teams of all time. And they lost.
You put it 2?
I'm putting it at 2.
I'm going to put it at 1 because you said Fab 5 and I kind of like Fab 5 Freddy. So number 1, Chris Webber's timeout.
This is my favorite one with Big Cat.
I'm making the best of it.
Yes.
So I really hope everybody remembers this because this is one of my favorite plays ever. Is when Alan Ray's eye got poked out against Pitt.
I don't remember that.
God,
Oh,
that's morbid.
It was on the floor where the benches were sunken below the floor. If you've never seen this play, you have to
I'll look it up. I got to put it 4 because I'm not as familiar with it. I'm guessing this was early 90s.
No, it was.
I couldn't visualize it, but I remember it happening.
Dude, his whole eye was sticking out of the socket. It was so on TV. It was gross.
Wow.
I'm putting that at 4 because it's fucking gross.
Come on, we'll let Steve go.
I'm going to put it at 1 because his eye came out. His finger went in, I came out.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm putting it at 4 because it's fucking gross.
That's a shock to me.
All I can do is picture, spoiler alert, from Kill Bill Volume 2 when she steps on somebody's eyeball and squishes it into the carpet. Plus, Alan gets his eye poked out is a 4 for me. I mean, it was really going either way, but I don't want my eye poked out, so I don't want that negative energy.
What's
my
right.
And the last one is
UMBC
upsets Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That's got to be 1. I'm glad it's there. It's there. Number 1. I mean, it was unheard of, and it's not going to happen. Don't do that. Your kid that's 9 at the time does something stupid like take a pick 16 over 1. You're like, it's never happened. Don't do. If you want to be stupid, pick a 15 over 2. It happens sometimes. Don't ever do that. And then your kid's pissed at you because it actually happened. And they would have won the bracket if they got those all those upset points. Yeah, that's 1. That's 1.
All I got is 2 left, and I actually remember that one. But that was actually a big one, so I'm cool with that at 2.
I'm good with putting that at 1. That was a huge deal.
What were you waiting for?
I was waiting for the Villanova UNC ending in 2017 when Chris Matthews hit a prayer 3 for the win, and Jay Wright just walked off like it was no big deal. It was probably the coolest moment. As a Tar Heels fan, it crushed me. But watching that was the best ending to a game I've ever seen in NCAA history.
What was the actual? You said
UMBC.
University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yeah.
Upsets Virginia
at number 1. It was a 16 versus a 1.
Okay. If someone's looking at this list and sees my phone autocorrected UMBC to UNC, but it says Unk upsets Virgin. If someone sees my phone without context, I don't.
And there's the name of the podcast, Unk upsets Virgin.
Write that down right now.
My list is literally Chris Webber's Jordan's jump shot, Unk upsets Virgin, Alan Ray's eye poked out, sister something or other.
All right, my list is first is Jordan, and I think after listening to you guys, I think it's there because of the Air movie, not because I remember it now.
Mm.
I mean,
So that's it.
it's an iconic shot.
Yeah, but I think I appreciate it more because of his breakdown of it in the movie Air.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I watched
Yeah.
that within the last year and a half, 2 years. So yeah.
I started to watch it last night. We got through the opening credits, and then Jess yelled at me because I can't watch anything she doesn't want to listen to when she's trying to fall asleep. So that's another plum problem for a different day. Chris Webber, his time out. That's so iconic, like you said. Fab Five, come on. Alan Ray, it's so gross, but still one of my favorite videos to just randomly pick up and watch like every couple of years.
You're
Casually
morbid
watch
as
it.
shit.
If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's awful. UMBC, it's unheard of. And then Sister Jean, I agree with you guys. I could care less about her.
You couldn't care less about her.
Couldn't care less. Sorry.
Grammar hammer.
Grammar
this
hammer.
motherfucker. I just want to carry an actual hammer around and just bop the fuck out of people when they just.
Damn.
Like,
Wait, when
No,
we got our
like-
logo in the bottom corner of the screen? How'd that happen?
we talked
What the
about
fuck
that at
have
the
you
beginning of
been?
the
We
episode.
talked
Mike.
about
It was
that 45 minutes ago.
50 minutes ago. Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
When the fuck did we get ice cream? Was I here?
One of the greatest lines in a movie ever. Single-handedly the greatest line in a movie ever.
Wait, did we really talk about it? Was I part of that conversation?
Yes.
Yes.
I said, how do you guys
Where?
like the upgrade of the show? Backdrop, right hand corner. Yeah.
Maybe I was in the bathroom. I don't know.
No, you were definitely out because
I think
that.
you were here.
I was probably
Yeah.
writing my notes down. I prepare for the show.
Yeah. You definitely do.
Do
I'll
better.
give you credit though, Mike. You didn't fuck this one up.
Sorry.
Like this was a legitimate top 5, and you didn't throw a fucking bullshit curveball in there. So
It was
well
a one
done.
ranking, but thanks for playing.
Oh, he called it a top 5. He got you.
You're
there,
right.
Newman.
Dang.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was
Dang.
prepared for the next part of the fucking show.
If
I'm
Mike
hitting him
ever-
with insults, Justin. He's coming after you.
Mike,
Because
do
I
you have
just
a
called
top
him on
5 tonight?
bullshit.
Do you have top 5 tonight?
I don't know how to answer that because Steve's here, but yeah, I do.
Steve.
Do it.
Steve's
This-
leading the show too. All right.
Yeah. So this one's actually, I thought it was a good category. It's really hard. It's harder than I thought it would be.
Awesome.
That's what we wanna hear.
This is the top 5 highest paid actors of 2024.
This is up Newman's alley.
Yeah, so this
It
shouldn't
is,
be,
but
this
it's-
shouldn't be bad.
In the top 10, there are some people I didn't even know were in movies last year. So
that's
Actors and
good.
actresses, or just actors?
yeah, actors and actresses. They use actor non-binary.
So it's of 2024. So it's people that were in movies last year, right?
They were paid last year. I don't know if that means that the movies came out last year or
So all right. So Timothy Chalamet is probably going to be in there because
He was in like
of
3 things last year.
who'd you say?
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet.
Wait. Did we? I'm sorry if I missed this. I was taking notes because I was preparing for the show. Were we saying they grossed this amount last year, or like per movie? Like,
This is how much they made last year.
okay, because I didn't know if like I was just saying like, okay, this person costs on average this much, but only made 2 films versus a guy who cost less but made 10 films. He made more money. So
You're thinking too much.
I have to for Mike sometimes. He's always at fault. But all right,
So
Chalamet.
I think Timothy Chalamet should be on
He
this
should
list.
be on the list.
Should be.
What about somebody like Kevin Hart?
So I don't know how many movies
I
he
don't know
did
if he
last
really
year
did much.
because I think
Yeah.
his comedy special came out, but I don't think he was in like
He makes a ton though when he does make a movie though.
he does.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he
Okay.
made a major motion picture last year that would count as because even like Netflix, like he gets paid to do Netflix movies, but I don't know if his movie came out in 2024. But we can put that one in the back.
I'll give you a hint. That kind of stuff counts.
Okay. So then
So Netflix stuff does.
all
count.
right. So let's see.
There's
I'll
a lot
give
of a lot of rules here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been a pretty big hint.
Lindsay Lohan.
All right. So let's not listen to Big Cat for this one. He is literally just throwing out people that were
I'm
in movies
not.
15
They're
years
educated
ago.
guesses, but she's kind of having a comeback in her later career. She made some movies on Netflix. I saw like at least
Yeah.
2, and she's doing. Well, I guess that's next year, but didn't she do the new Freaky Friday?
That's
And Jack Black's been in some stuff. Don't count
Yeah.
out Jack Black.
Yeah.
You said
Steve-
Willem Dafoe, so that's where I've drawn.
Well, he wasn't in. Maybe he wasn't in that movie last year.
Steve, you're our voice. I would venture to guess it's Kevin Hart.
trying to think of other people who've been in like Netflix stuff because that a lot of the Netflix stuff has become huge, like
Like
massive,
Kevin Hart.
massive
Hemsworth?
paydays.
Ryan Reynolds.
How much Reynolds is probably up there? How much did Chappelle make for those specials from Netflix?
I don't know.
Because I think he did 2 last year,
He
didn't he?
did 2, I think.
Is he an actor?
He is an actor.
He could be up there. So Kevin Hart had a special, right?
He also
Yes.
has some movies too. He does a bunch of Netflix shit, like straight to like I don't call it straight to Netflix, but Netflix is now releasing movies and pretty big ones.
Yeah.
So like, do commercials and stuff count too? Then
No, I don't think so.
If they got paid for it, I would say they do.
I don't
He
think that
did-
would count in the total, though.
he's done a lot of that, and he wasn't on the Olympics again last year, was he?
I don't know about that.
Or that was this year? No, that was last year.
That would have been 24 because that's the year
Yeah.
for the Olympics.
I know Snoop was all over that shit again.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Say Kevin Hart.
Number 3, Kevin Hart, 81 million.
Hey, all right. Well, that's a nice
Good start.
base to start with.
Good
There
start.
you go. Who made more than that or around that?
I'm thinking Chalamet's on there.
Chalamet has to be on there. I'm gonna say Chalamet.
Is that an answer?
Timothy Chalamet.
Strike 1.
Damn.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
He's
He
Willy
was-
Wonka.
He was just in the Bob Dylan
Bob
movie.
Dylan movie.
Yeah.
He was the main character in both Dunes, which grossed stupid money. But okay, he's not in that one. All right.
He's not making enough movies yet.
What else major came out last year?
Ryan Reynolds should definitely be on there because Deadpool Wolverine was one of them.
He does Netflix things too.
What about female? What are we all kind of actor?
Who was big last year? Who was Barbie?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
She's pretty big. But do
Was-
females make as much as men? The answer is no.
Yeah. I mean, if the
I mean,
movie's...
the answer is no. The answer is no, Newman.
Please do not cancel
Man,
us because of
we just
Andy's
lost half of our
sexism.
listeners.
Cancel for stating facts? Like, that's not even an opinion.
Was Barbie
not-
2023?
That was probably 23, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a while ago. But she's still.
I mean,
an
Margot
asshole.
Robbie's still a pretty big fucking...
Yeah.
It is.
Pretty big deal.
I mean, if she's not making any money, then women aren't cracking this list.
Wicked came out last year.
I doubt it'd be Ariana Grande, though. Like, that
Yeah,
was
no.
one movie.
Yeah.
I don't think she made... Let's see. So Kevin Hart's 81.
She wasn't near that.
She's not getting... I don't think she's cracking 50. So I'm going to
No.
guess 50 is going to be like the low end. How about Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Oh, The Rock's got to be on there.
He makes a Netflix movie every month.
Yeah.
He does.
Plus, he's getting paid from the WWE, if that counts. And he's
Cena might even be on that fucking list for
Cena
all we
might be
know.
on there too. Fuck.
Because he did that Amazon movie with Aquafina and... What else is in that movie?
He
Shimu.
did a movie with a bottle of water.
It's a terrible joke, Drew. Terrible joke.
Oh, wow.
Got like 2.5 laughs. I'll take 2.5 laughs.
Terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible.
Who hosted SNL last year? Because anybody that's going to be on SNL would be a good gauge of who's.
What's that guy
Big.
that seems to be an asshole, but everybody, like, he's in a lot of movies now. He's like a Driver. Is that it?
Adam
What's his-
Driver.
Adam Driver. He's in a shit ton of movies. People love him, but he's an asshole. He seems like an asshole to me. Maybe it's just personality
I think it's
his face.
personality.
or his face. Yeah.
His face just is like.
How about Michael B. Jordan?
What did he do last year?
He has didn't his Netflix movie, was that last year? God, now it's all running together. I see way
I
too
know,
many
this
movies.
is-
What do we have? We have one strike.
We have one strike and one
person.
correct.
I'd go with Ryan Reynolds.
Fuck it. Throw Reynolds on there.
Is that a guess?
Yep.
Number 2, 85 million.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
All right.
All right.
So Netflix is spending money.
Yes, Netflix spends a lot of money.
They're losing a lot of money also, but
That's what they'll tell you. Every time they
85
raise
million?
prices.
yeah.
85.
So 81, 85. So number
The next one's going to be
one.
like 90, 95.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson's on this list.
Yeah, The Rock is on this list. The Rock's a guess.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, 88 million. Number
Number
one.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so we got 1, 2, and 3. What was Kevin Hart?
81, 84, and 88. Is that what it is?
88, 85, and 81.
So would Hugh Jackman be on that list because of
Because of
Deadpool and
Wolverine.
Wolverine?
For one movie?
That was Marvel's
big
best movie in
fucking
the
movie,
last.
yeah.
I understand, but would they pay him $60 million for one movie?
They might. I mean, if they know they're going to make $800 million on it.
Tom Hanks, he's kind of
Yeah, he fizzled out, kind of.
he's just
He does like
Was Tom
he-
Cruise doing anything?
I don't think any of the Mission Impossibles came out in 24. I think that was 20.
I don't see
2 or
many
23.
movies, especially not new ones.
Jeff Goldblum was in Wicked. Was he in anything else last year?
He wasn't in any of the Marvel movies.
I feel like we should guess a woman.
Yeah, there has to be 4 or 5 has to be a woman.
I
I think who like the bigger names are even right now.
would guess Hugh Jack. I think that was one of the top grossing movies of 24. But did Hugh Jackman make like 50 to 60 million? What about Will Smith?
Did he do a lot last year? He'd probably make a lot if he did them. I'd say that.
Yeah, he doesn't do.
I think Bad Boys came
lot.
out last year. I think the last Bad Boys came out, him and Martin.
Is there
thought
anybody
that was-
else?
I thought that was
Oops.
Big Mama House 3.
Big Mouse.
My bad. Martin was looking a little
Is it-
bloated. Sorry, Martin.
Is there anybody else on this that we can think of right now? When you turn on Netflix, you see their face all the time, like those
That's
three
what I'm
we
trying
just,
to think of.
you know, like 'cause
John
there's a-
Cena? Was John Cena in anything?
He was.
He was.
He did
I just.
because he did his HBO show was on there too.
He was like the superhero or
Peacekeeper.
whatever. Yeah, fuck it. We'll say Cena.
Strike 2.
All right, we have one strike left. Can we get a?
I guess you
hint
did
in terms
ask
of-
for. You asked for who you turn on Netflix and see, and I said the guy you can't see. I'm so
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I will give you a hint.
Brother.
There's only one woman in the top 10, and she is not in the top 5.
All right.
And it's Nicole Kidman, and she was number
Nicole Kidman?
Wow.
8 at 31 million.
Wow. So all males.
What the
over
hell
here.
did she do last year? Pedro Pascal's got to be on this list.
Well, good
So,
call.
Pedro Pascal.
Dave Chappelle? Because
No.
he has the specials? I know who Pedro Pascal is.
He has to be on this
But
list. He did The Last of Us. He just done
Yeah.
The Mandalorian. He did.
Was The Last of Us in 24 though?
Probably.
I thought it was 2 years
Before
ago.
you give your final answer, can I give you one more hint?
Yes.
Of the last 2 people, you've said one of them, and you have not said the other one.
I bet Dave Chappelle's on that list.
So if we,
Or Tom Hanks. Probably not.
We're gonna kick ourselves. I know.
I'll
that.
go with Chappelle actually because he's getting Netflix money.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Strike 3.
Fuck.
That's on me.
All right,
That's
the
on
one,
me.
The one you said was Hugh Jackman. He was number 5
Told you.
at 50 million.
Sorry,
said
man.
You actually said 60 million.
I said 50 to 60 million.
Damn it.
And number 4 was Jerry Seinfeld at 60 million.
We would have
Jerry
got.
Seinfeld? There's no way
Yeah.
in hell we would have said Seinfeld.
Yeah.
All I
he-
do is talk like this, and people laugh.
Wait, is he in the room? Is he here with us right now?
Shit.
Shit.
And I
Oh,
never
that
got
was
that one.
Seinfeld.
What was top 10, Mike? How'd that round up?
So number 6 was Brad Pitt at 32 million. Number
Apple
7
TV.
was George Clooney at 31 million, tied with
Netflix.
Nicole Kidman at 31 million. Number 9 was Adam Sandler, tied with Will Smith at 26 million for 9 and 10.
Damn.
All right.
Didn't you guys are jacking me because I made
Fucking
I
Seinfeld.
made a statement about women not getting paid as much. Like one woman on the list,
He did.
I was not jacking you.
and
No diddy.
she's making a measly 31 mil. All right. Any voicemails this week, Mike?
Couple.
Wonder who it's
Ooh.
going to be.
Jimmy's inside poop.
People of Plum. It's me, Jim McBride. Welcome to Jimmy's Inside Scoop. Sorry, I forgot. First time caller, long time listener.
Hi, boys. Mama Drewski here. First off, big congratulations to my son, Drew, and Brittany on their engagement. Very excited. Second off, I don't know if any of you saw my basketball brackets, but I definitely really do bad at that. So I hope you all are having a great night. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.
Way to steal my thunder and my fucking shout out, Mama
That's
Drewski.
one of my shout outs too.
Shit.
So might as well just get it out now. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Thank
Andy.
you.
And
Thank
Brittany.
you.
I said it like
Alright.
as soon as you got on, so I'm not saying it again.
I heard you say it, and I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't know.
Congratulations.
So. I just didn't know.
No. Thank
Andy
you, guys.
popped the
I
question and
appreciate
she
it.
said, I guess.
She's
Sure.
You know what's funny? I said
Sounds
that on
alright.
a post. I said, and she said, I guess. So many of her friends are like, "Did you say I guess?" Like, she's like, "No, he's just an asshole. That's just true." My friends knew better. Her friends were like, "Did you really say I guess?" No,
I
but
guess.
she's a much better person than I am. I'm certainly that's certainly helpful, and she's gonna help make me less of an asshole. I'm just kidding. She's not gonna do that.
There's no way.
She lets
She's
me be
better
me.
worse than
She
Kate.
lets me be me, and she's already getting welcome to the Plum Crew. So
The
it's
best-
fun.
The best part of the engagement was minutes after the post went up. Jimmy texted me and another person in our group, the friends group chat, and he says, "Well, we have to get Brittany in this group chat." And I said, "Well, there's no way in hell Drew's given either one of us her number." We said, "Jamie, you ask," and she asked, and he gave it to her. No questions asked. He just gave it to her, and then 3 seconds later, she was in the group chat, and she has probably regretted every minute since.
I'll turn over the. I haven't looked at the phone for 5 minutes. She's like, "What's going on?" Like, and that's why I had to turn it off because so many times, like, look over there. There's like 91 messages. She's like, 91 messages. I'm like, look, there's 16 people in this group. That's only like 5 per person.
16.
So for context,
That sounds like pure hell.
we all said we hate group chats. So Jimmy McBride started fucking group chats.
Fucking course he did.
So he's added. So he's now. I think it started out with 8 of us, and now it's blossomed to fucking 16 people. And Mario has been trying to get out of it for at least 2 years, and I think Haley Biondo has been trying to get out of it for like 2 years. And it's just once you're in, you're in. Like it's like fucking Fight Club. Nobody's getting out of it. You're all in now.
Jess will call me on a break at work. She's 140 text messages. What the fuck are you guys doing?
There's like 7 people that are very active in it, and there's like 5 that are semi-active in it, and then there's like 4 that are like, I fucking hate all of you. I'm never answering these text messages.
It'll be quiet for like a couple hours unless I'm in a meeting, and then it'll just go off.
So that is my Plum white people shit 2.0 chat. I'm sorry, Plum Ohio.
But there's one good thing that comes out of Justin and Shanna having Androids is that people can't leave. Because if it was all iPhones, you could just leave the chat, but nobody can.
You're welcome.
People of Plum, it's me, Jim McBride. First time caller, long time listener. Welcome back, Jimmy's Inside Scoop. Another day. Just curious, Mike, when am I supposed to return to baseball equipment? I haven't found out anything. Just waiting to find out. So let me know. Thanks. Bye.
This son of a bitch. Baseball equipment was due at the end of October. Do you know when he returned it?
Yesterday.
Tonight at practice, he just handed it to me. First day of practice for the spring season, he handed it to me, and I had to tell the equipment manager, just mark me down for bag number 4 because I just have it now.
Hey, real quick, another Plum problem.
Yeah.
Jimmy McBride?
Jimmy doesn't have an inside scoop. He's never given us a scoop on anything.
Why
does he say inside scoop every single week?
Thank you.
Not one time has he given us a scoop on anything.
Wow. I love Steve calling him out.
He's also not a first-time caller.
True.
And if he says it again, I'm going to start egging his car.
Damn, eggs are expensive. That's
That's
pricey.
Not when they're expired.
Just go to the dumpster and
Just go
just
to
grab
dumpster
everything.
grabbing
You
and
think
fucking
I'm
haul
buying
it.
fresh eggs to throw them in a car?
We had introductions tonight at baseball practice, and we got to Grayson, and we said what grade we're in, what our favorite color was, whatever our names and everything. And I said, oh, and Grayson's an aspiring barber. And Jimmy started dying, and I started laughing. And Grayson said, no, I'm not.
Context for that one, Jimmy's son cut his little sister's hair.
And it does not look great.
Not at all.
It was bad.
I talked to Jimmy for the first time about it today on the phone, and I said, I know it's not funny, but I have never laughed so hard in my life.
I felt so bad for Grace. I was like, Nicole is going to.
I was going to say, Nicole had to be like losing it.
Here's the good thing. The
Hair
good
grows
news.
back.
Hair grows back, and she's what, 3, 4? If she was older, it would be devastating, but she thankfully will most likely not remember this.
Yes.
I don't know. Sometimes those traumatic events stunt the hair growth for a while.
In Grayson's defense, he did say that she asked him to cut her hair as short as his.
Lesson learned.
Nice.
He succeeded.
Nice.
And that is all of our voicemails for the night.
All right. Very well done. Any shout outs tonight, guys?
Well, since Mama Drewski stole mine, I was trying to go first. I'm like, congratulations, Drew and Brittany, on your big nuptials. And if you need a DJ, I know one.
I think I know one too.
Yes.
Any other shout outs other than that since you got your thunder stolen a little bit tonight?
Yeah, I have a couple quick ones. PBSA kicked off their spring season today. First practices. Did not feel like softball and baseball weather, but we were out there, and I got the little kids home as quickly as possible because it was freezing out there tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck to all the in-house teams on the coming weeks here. I gave an update a couple shows ago on my dad. Found out, said he had cancer. Scans came back. We got the operation. They got his kidney out. So it looks like they got all the cancer out. So he's going to do some preventive treatment over the next few weeks just to be safe that everything looks good. But other than not having cancer, they said everything came back as good as could be. So this is the best case scenario other than just not getting it in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
So my dad is 3-0 against cancer. So I told him to
All right.
maybe stop fighting it, and we could just keep it there 3-0. But in the last, both my girls went to the middle school state championship tournament this weekend. Penny's team went 2-2. They competed in the gold division, and when you're in the gold division, you're against all 5 and 6A schools from across the state. We played Bucks County, and Bucks County so Plum, for context, is a 3,500 student district. We played a district that it has 17,500 kids enrolled in their district.
Wow.
We lost in overtime by 4 points. It was a great
Wow.
game. We actually had the lead for a little while there. So, but they went 2-2. It was a great first showing at states. Lily's team took 5th place in the state this year. They won their pool, lost in the quarterfinals. But it was in that game they lost. I think I told a couple of you guys, 42 fouls were called. Five girls fouled out of the game. We finished the game with four girls. Still outscored them in the fourth quarter. Too much of a deficit to overcome, but it was a good game.
For
Well, fun that
context,
weekend.
Central Bucks when I was in school, it was literally Central Bucks East and Central Bucks West. Is now Central Bucks North, South, East, and West, and they average 1,400 kids for graduation.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's a big district.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I do have a shout out to my oldest Deuce and the rest of the students that were inducted into the National Honor Society. Congratulations, I'm raising a nerd. He was inducted with think they said it was 78 of his classmates. So shout out to all the Plum students that made the National Honor Society.
Awesome. Anyone else?
Oh,
All right.
I have one more. Penny started her Bruins career last weekend. First tournament, first win, first place, champions.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
We should shout out our one of our sponsors, Jen Mascaro Real Estate Team, for finding one of our people a new place to live.
Yeah, I told you it was a whirlwind. That's why I didn't have any plum problems this week. I was too busy to have a problem. Don't worry, they'll be here coming up. But we have found a house too, secured a house. A few contingencies, but they're clearing up already. Have one last small hurdle. Should be over that. So looking to move into a new home in late May, early June.
Good luck in Ohio, buddy.
Yep, basically over by Biondo in Ohio. So it should be fun. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, looks a beautiful home, and we're excited to get started on it. So thanks, Newman. All right. Well, Steve, thank you for joining us again tonight. I hope you'll come back again. We get some beers together soon.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, if you're in Ohio, I'm not driving all the way out there.
I'll make the trip to visit you and Greg. Since you guys are that close, I can knock off 2 at one time.
It's going to take you a lot
no
longer
diddy.
to get to my house. If you got to pass Greg's grass, his jungle first.
Greg's one of my assistant coaches this spring, by the way. Pretty excited
Oh,
about
is he?
that. Yeah,
That'll be-
me, Greg, and Jimmy.
He'll make
Greg.
all the
Oh my
practices because
God.
he ain't cutting his
That's a
grass.
coaching staff and a half right there. My goodness. Team's going to suck, but I mean, other than that, it's a fun group of dads. That'll be good.
After the game is gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. I want to say thank you to our listeners for listening to Sour Plums, and like this episode, subscribe to our channel on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, and share if you care. We're out.
Peace.
Deuces.